Well, hey everybody, Dave Cook, the Franco Painting Wallpaper. We're here outside, and yes, it's gonna get ready to rain. Actually, I'm feeling rain right now, but it's okay. We're gonna finish the video. We're looking at some exterior, talking about exterior solid stains. So I'm doing a couple videos. This one's just about solid stain itself, and then we're gonna do another one here on the stain that we used last year, see how it's holding up, and just see how after 12 months, and get the recommendations of that. So I've got my notes here in hand, so I don't forget to say anything to you guys. So for solid stain, basically a solid stain, it's almost like paint. It's great for wood. It's very opaque like paint. It covers and fills in the grain completely, and if you get there, use a roller and you can really smash it in the nooks and grooves. It really gets in there. But it gives a solid color. So if you're looking to preserve your wood, then solid stain is not for you. But solid stain is great. This deck last year, it was an eyesore. It hadn't been touched, we figured, about 15 years, and so it was all, the gray, the wood grain, had a lot of gaps and holes in it. So it was great because it covered it and gave us some great coating for the weather, the snow, the rain. That just preserved the wood, and hopefully we get another 5-6 years out of it. We don't have to worry about replacing anything, and it's going to make the deck last even longer. So if your deck or siding, it's splotchy, where you've got some old stain on there, or it's grayed out, it's got cracks, yeah, woodpecker holes. If you've used various products before, so if you have some products, you use a semi-solid, you use a transparent, and then it just looks spotty, where some places it's raw wood, some places it still has a stain on there. It just looks inconsistent. It's probably the best thing to look at. If it looks splotty, it looks like acne, or just like dark light, dark light, dark light. Have you ever stained a piece of pine with stain before, and all those little splotches that comes, light, dark, light, dark? If it's looking like that, you're wanting to probably go to a solid stain to get that nice, even, smooth color that you're looking for. So that's kind of the when to use it. And gotta flip my notes over so I don't forget. So a couple products we've looked at. We did an article, and I'll put the article link in here also, but did a longer article on our website, just kind of talk about some of the products. I focused on the products that we as painters use. If you do a search like on Perplexity, Google, ChatGPT, pretty much any place, almost always the products that show up are what's most available in the big box stores. And just because they're at the big box stores means it's the best. Just because it's the big box stores, or if it's on Bob Vila HGTV, there's a reason Bob Vila HGTV show those products, is because they're getting sponsored. And if you look, you don't see certain brands ever put on those shows because of sponsorship issues. The other thing people will look at is Consumer Reports, but Consumer Reports also, the products have to be sent in there. I'm not an expert, but I have been told that you actually have to pay, and pay to play. So you have to actually contribute money, etc., to those consumer type things in order to get rated. I don't know if that's true or not, but all I know is the products that we use every day that we warranty, I've never seen in my Consumer Reports. So one of the products we use is Sherwin-Williams Super Deck Solid. You can get it in water and oil, I believe, on that one, but it's awesome because it's custom tinted. You can get any color you want. So it's great for sidings, great for decks. We actually used it on a log cabin 2 years ago. Oh no, it's not 2 years ago. 4 years ago. Pre-COVID. So yeah, almost 5 years ago. That was pretty awesome. And we have not had a call back. Haven't had a call, do we need more for touch-ups, anything. Then Sherwin-Williams Deck and Dock, and that's what we used here. It's a solid, it's kind of a hybrid type of material, but it's solid. And that stuff was thick. So it probably got about, for us, we got maybe 75. I don't think we got 100 square feet out of that gallon. It just sucked it right in and just went. As fast as we put it on, it was gone. But it worked really, really well. Sherwin-Williams Woodscapes, that is pretty amazing product. They have the traditional one, and then they have Rain Refresh. The Rain Refresh has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it has more water repellency. It comes in oil and acrylic. The Woodscapes Rain Refresh, I really like that product. And And then you get the Benjamin Moore, the Arbor Coat. That has low VOC. It has really good color retention. The tints that they use on there, it holds color a lot better. I believe they just redid that one. I think that one's an oil and a water-based also. Don't quote me on that one, but it works really, really well. JC Lick Stores, Ace Hardware, both sell those. One that's been around a long time, and it's kind of it's a finicky product. We've used it. I didn't like it. Sikkens, Sikkens PPG Prolux. I think that's what because I think it got bought up by PPG. It's been around for a long time, but it's not available everywhere. I know we've used it and helped people use it on their decks, that kind of thing. Works really well, works great on wood, log cabins, raw wood. Just has a better, more uniform. So for a solid stain, it still penetrates, but almost has the look and appeal of a wood stain itself. It works really, really well. And then the other one, Ready Seal. And Ready Seal, we've seen that in a lot of different stores lately. So the cool thing about that is you can put it directly on raw wood. It says it's a solid stain, but every time we've used it, it is not a solid stain. It's almost semi-transparent. I'll just leave it semi-transparent, semi-solids. Because you put it on there, the color is great. We have one that's really dark brown we put on a fence. It looks amazing, but it fades out. Not in a bad way. It fades because it really sucks into that wood. So you really need to do a second coat on that stuff. The cool thing about that kind of thing, the Ready Seal, there was another one, but they don't make it anymore. But the cool thing about that one is you put it on, all you have to do is power wash. You can use your hose to wash off your deck, and you put another coat on there in 2 or 3 years if it starts fading again. You don't have to strip anything to put that stuff on there. For that reason, I really like that stuff. So on the blog article, there's a graph in there, and we just did a kind of a side-by-side. We took all the stuff we could find online, put them next to each other, good, bad, pros, cons, all that stuff, warranties. The biggest thing you want to do is make sure is your prep work, making sure you're cleaning everything. If there's loose paint, get rid of the loose paint. For loose boards, tighten the loose boards. Make sure it's not gonna rain. You can see the clouds behind me. You don't want to be doing your deck or painting your house right now. Even if you're using latitude, it drives in 30 minutes. You don't want to be doing it and testing to see if it works or not. You want to make sure you've got 24 hours of clean surface, dry surface. Temperature, most of them are about 45, like as far as a low. Some of them are 50, but you figure 45, 50 degrees, you want that temperature to be a little higher. And then once you have that temperature where it needs to be, it'll stick better. And then you don't want, if you can avoid full sun, it's better. It'll help it dry and won't help it dry more uniform, help it get into the surface and on there. And then depending on which one you have, some of them you can spray and back roll. No matter what, you're using a roller. So if you spray it on there, you want to back roll to get in all the areas. Otherwise, brush roller with a pan. The solid stains, colors, and then on the chart you can see which ones are custom tinted. Some of them, they only have certain colors that you can get, and that's all you can do. But you want to make sure to check on the stains that you're looking at to see what the colors options are, because they change a lot. And then the stain colors you're looking at, they might be available in Sherwin-Williams and not Benjamin Moore, vice versa. So you want to make sure that one's going to look. If you're not sure about color, depending on the size of if you're doing a whole house, we're going to give you a free color consultation. She'll come to your house with different colors, stains, and kind of find what's going to work best for you, especially if you're changing out shutters or if you're going to do any other work to the house. She'll help you figure out what color is going to be best for you. So Solid Stains 101, that's of 2025, the ones that we know we're using. There's been some changes last year to the products. We're excited to see those changes and how that's going to work. If you need help, maybe figure out what products you may need for your project. What products you need for your project. Just give us a call and let us know. We'll do our best to make sure you don't make the mistake, whether you're doing it yourself, you're hiring us. We just want to make sure you have a great looking house deck that's going to last for years, and you're not stuck into one of these people that it peels up after 6 months. You can always subscribe for other tips. If you've got questions, put them in the comments below. We've had a couple of people yesterday actually called about a fiberglass door we did last year, so it's cool talking to them. They're in Virginia. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys calling. Love the comments, love the questions. Keep them coming. You guys have a great day, and God bless.